Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we are making old-fashioned caramel frosting on top of the stove. It's not intimidating. It's easy enough for beginners to use, so don't be afraid. I'm gonna make it along with you. So all you're gonna need is sugar, brown sugar, evaporated milk, butter, vanilla, and a pinch of salt. And that extra ingredient you see back there is almond extract or almond flavoring. You do not have to use that. I just love it so much, but you do not have to use it. Some of the amounts I'll be saying, of course, through the video, but if I miss some measurements, they are down below in the description box below this video. All right, let's get started. Now be careful, white and brown sugar are different. White sugar is sweeter. Brown sugar has a deep, more caramel, toffee-like flavor because of the added molasses it has in it. So if you want a less sweeter, frosting, add more brown sugar and less white sugar. You could even do all brown sugar, but make sure you do add some salt. Now that's my tip because salt cuts back on the sweetness. So whichever combination you use, just be careful which one you're going for, sweeter or deeper. Also, this cooking process takes about 20 minutes. I did have to cut some time because of the video, didn't want it to be too long. All right, guys, so getting started, we are using 1.5 sticks of butter. 1.5 sticks of butter. If you were just making a 7 or 8 inch cake, you could use 1 stick, but we're using 1.5 because I actually have a 7 inch and then another small cake that I'm making the caramel frosting for. So for a 10 inch, I'll say just a 10 inch cake, you use a stick and a half. But if you're just making one, say like an average 8 inch cake, you can use 1 stick of butter. Both recipes will be down in the description box below this video. Because I'm making it for a 7 inch and a small, but you could use this recipe for a 10 inch. So we're just gonna say this is for a 10 inch cake. Okay. So we're not trying to burn the butter, we're just trying to get it melted. So it is on between a low and a medium heat. So we're just gonna stir it till we get it melted. So it has melted, and what we're gonna do now is add the sugar. It's 2 cups of sugar, granulated sugar. So we're gonna add almost a half, and we're gonna stir. Get it dissolved. Add some more. I'm gonna turn the heat up because I had it on low. I'm gonna turn it up close to medium. And we're gonna stir, get that incorporated. Now you're gonna go ahead and add the rest. So that's all the white sugar. I wanted to get that incorporated in here first. I have it on medium heat now. You see it bubbling some. You do want to watch this. You don't want to walk away from the stove because this will burn. You don't want it to stick to the bottom of the pan, so that's why you constantly stir. Now, we're going to add the brown sugar. That's going to add the depth of flavor that we want. A lot of the other recipes just add sugar, butter, and evaporated milk, or maybe a little bit of flavoring. But this brown sugar, this takes it to another level. So we want to get that all moistened. And this is gonna be the best right here. The best old-fashioned Southern caramel frosting. And I've added a pinch of salt in mine. I'll show you and I'll tell you why later. You see that? See that color? That's what we want. So we're gonna let this go for a while. So keep stirring. Okay, keep stirring. Keep stirring. You know when it's time to add your milk is when you see it start to darken up. But you want to stir it all over. And if you need to turn it down, do that. But make sure you keep stirring. Do not burn. Okay, now it has darkened up some. This is where you're going to add your evaporated milk. Make sure you're scraping the bottom. We want to get everything because we don't want this to start crystallizing either. We want to scrape the sides down. Okay. Scrape all that sugar down. Mm-hmm. Getting those corners of the pot real good. Keep stirring. Don't put the heat sky high. You do not want this to burn. And we want to put more of the evaporated milk in. When I first added that was only like 1/4 of a cup. But we want a cup of evaporated milk. Okay. Make sure that you stir from the bottom because that's where the little crystallization can happen and the stuff getting stuck to the bottom of the pot. It's super hot. Okay, so I'm not going to add that whole can. Okay, let's get that stirred in. Now we want to use a teaspoon of vanilla. And we want to use 1/4 teaspoon of the almond extract. Okay. Now I'm just going to turn my eye back up close to medium, and I'm going to keep stirring. Stir from the bottom of that pot. Doesn't that look beautiful? And now it's getting a little frothy. So that's how you know it's thickening. And at this point is where I'm going to add my 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And that salt, it just cuts. It won't make it salty at all. It just cuts that sweet. And it tastes so good. And then stir, stir, stir some more. And in a second here, we're going to stop stirring. I'm going to turn it down real low. want to make sure everything is up from the bottom of that pot. No, nothing that's sticking or anything. The amount of almond extract that I use is not enough to taste that it's almond extract. You just using a little bit just to go, what is that? It makes it so, I won't say savory, but I can't even think of the word, but it just, oh, it tastes so good. That almond extract. Let me know if any of you all love almond extract. I love it. I mean, I absolutely love it. Scrape down the sides. Also make sure you're continuously keeping those sides scraped. Okay. So right now I'm going to turn it to low and let it go just for a few seconds. You're going to keep watching it though. Keep watching it. It's going to be frothy like this. It smells so good in this kitchen. I wish y'all can smell it. Wish y'all had smell-o-vision, as Emerald used to say. Emerald Lagasse, that is. So good. Make sure I scrape down the sides. Okay. So it's on low, and I'm just going to let it go like this and come back and check it. I'll be back. I'm going to see how this tastes, you guys. Make sure I added enough salt to cut that sweetness. Oh my goodness, that's good. Okay, that's good. I'm just gonna add a couple sprinkles more. Okay, make sure you're tasting it so you can see how it tastes as you go along. Do not use the same spoon. Oh, that's so good. So I'm not going to add any more. That's going to be enough. This is very, very hot, so be careful with this. Okay, I'll let it sit and come back, and then we're going to see if it's thickened up enough. I'm going to put it up against the side. And see how it runs down? I'm going to let it sit just a little bit longer because it needs to be a little bit firmer. Now I have let this sit for about 10 minutes and it forms a little bit of a film or crust on the top, but that's okay. Just go ahead and stir it. Give it a good stir, and you can stir it with a whisk. This is what I'm going to be frosting the cake with, this offset spatula. But go ahead and let's set that aside. Stir it from the bottom again as well also. And see how nice and smooth that is. And this is not one of those clumpy frostings. So, but it will adhere to the cake. See how it sticks to the side? That's what you want. Okay. Look at that. So go on to the next video, and that is my actual cake to this frosting. It's going to be a Southern caramel cake. Go ahead and click on it right now.